So Monday morning weigh-in is...
But having been a coach for over 10 years and helped hundreds of people through this very situation, I realized that there are 4 main things that you need to address if you are going to continue to see results. What's going on YouTube, it's Jason and welcome to week number 11 of my Razor Sharp series. So in this video, I go through a leg day with Rebecca. I go through a weigh-in result, which was expected in terms of my experience, but not what I wanted, and what to do when the scale doesn't budge. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
So Monday morning weigh-in is... Ooh, 86.5, so 1.2 kilos up from last week, which is quite a lot. Let's do a quick flex physique update. As you can see, all good, no fat gained. We are still tightening up. Let's measure my waist. Yep, still 31. Let's get on with the day.
So 1.2 kilos up from last week, and I'm still really calm about it. Like, I'm cool about it. I'm not panicking whatsoever. But truth be told, it hasn't always been this way. I've been training myself for almost 2 decades, and back in the day, if that result happened, I would be so angry. Like, my weight stayed the same or it's gone up after I've put the work in. I'd be frustrated, I'd be livid. What's happened? Am I doing things wrong? And often I would completely give up, like abandon the journey, or if I continue the journey, I would be so demotivated that my results would stall for weeks afterwards. But having been a coach for over 10 years and helped hundreds of people through this very situation, I realized that there are 4 main things that you need to address if you are going to continue to see results. Like, if your weight won't budge and you're at a sticking point, it's because you've dropped the ball in one or more of these 4 areas. Number 1, be honest.
Be honest.
I am being honest.
By far the biggest mistake people make on a weight loss journey is making it an emotional thing. Like Slimming World Weight Watchers. You go along to one of those groups, you lose a pound, everyone starts celebrating, you gain a pound and everyone starts crying. And people bring that same attitude when the scale won't budge. But look into the numbers, like objectively outside your emotions. Have you done the work? And this is not about plans and what you intended to do. Like, I intended to do 10,000 steps, or I intended to eat 2,000 calories per day. Did you actually do that? Did you do the steps over 7 days? Not just, I did 10,000 on a Wednesday. Like, was that your average step count for the week? Did you hit your goal? I set myself a calorie deficit for the week. Let's say it was 2,000 calories. Did I actually stick to that? Addressing this question is going to help you make progress on your fitness journey. Number 2 is, what are the trends saying? Data drives change. I always tell people, if you're doing the right things on a weight loss journey, your weight and or waist measurement should be changing every 2 weeks. A lot of people again get hung up on the day-to-day changes. People are weighing themselves every single day or sometimes twice a day. Daily fluctuations are just going to be water weight, but you want to be able to look at a graph or look at an app and say that, okay, week 2, week 4 and week 6, what is my trend saying? Am I trending downwards? Am I staying the same, or am I going up? That trend will tell you whether or not you're on the right track. Never freak out over one isolated result. It doesn't tell you anything either way. But if the trends are telling you something, then it's time for you to change something. Number 3 is tracking. Now, I know a lot of people find tracking very triggering. Like, it has led to a number of eating disorders, and I know clients personally that struggle with it. But let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like, tracking is bad for you. It really isn't. Most of the people that say things like, oh, I hate tracking all that stuff, are the exact people not seeing results. You can't change that which you don't track. Like, you might think you're having 2,000 calories, but if you're having 2,800 calories, you are not going to lose any weight. So, you know, track your steps, track your calories. Not to that degree, you know, I use the example of the apple, weighing the apple just to kind of make a point, but you need to find a way of tracking your behaviors, particularly what you're consuming versus what you're burning. Because if stuff isn't working, the data is going to show you that. If you think about things at work, when things are not working, your boss doesn't just put their finger in the air and go, I think this could be wrong. They will look at reports, they will look at emails. They have to have data that they can look into and objectively measure where things are going wrong. And it's no different with your weight loss journey. And number 4, get accountable. Truth be told, one of the main reasons people fail to finish their fat loss journey, either they give up or, like I said, they continue but just don't see results, is the lack of accountability. And this goes back to point number 1 about honesty. We are not honest enough with ourselves in most cases. You ask someone who's not losing weight or somebody who's overweight about their calories and they'll be like, I don't even eat that much, or I don't even drink that much. You're maintaining your weight somehow, right? So obviously your numbers in versus out are not working, but most people can't have that honest conversation with themselves. And this is where an honest friend or a coach can be so valuable. Someone that can actually call you out and say, hey, you said you're going to do 10,000 steps, but you're doing 6,000. Or you said you're doing 2,000 calories, but that cheesecake is 2,000 calories, so you must be eating a lot more. That conversation is absolutely crucial to getting things started. And I know I mentioned the friend, but you do have to be very careful with the friends you pick, because I always tell people, if someone is not being paid, they're only going to help you so much. Like back in the day myself, I'd take my friend and go to the gym, but my friends sometimes could flake for any reason, right? The weather or other plans, and they just won't follow through and meet me there. And then 4 weeks into my journey, I'm on my own anyway. So I would say get a coach, get someone who can call you out, particularly if you've been trying something for a long time and not getting anywhere. This could be the one thing that you need to give you that push and get you over the line. And so I know that because my trends are changing, I'm looking different, I'm feeling different, my weight and waist measurement are going in the right direction, and the data is backed up by what I'm doing. So I'm doing the steps, my calories and macros are right, that this result was just a freak result. My confidence is in the process and in my trends. And so I know that next week or the week after, the results should be in my favor. Oh, quick update on Athletic Greens, or AG1 as it's now known. I am 10 days into supplementing with that, and I haven't noticed any differences in like energy or digestion or anything like that, but I will say I have noticed a difference in terms of fullness and satiety. So in the morning, I take it on an empty stomach first thing, and I do feel like I could probably go about 2 or 3 hours without food, which is a massive plus as I'm now obviously trying to shred. So I would definitely say I've noticed a difference. Normally I'm ravenous first thing, and even a protein shake still leaves me hungry, but for some reason something in the AG1 is making me feel fuller having it as my first meal. In terms of the rest of this week's nutrition, they are my calorie and macro averages on screen now. I'm currently at mum's for lunch. I had the usual jollof, steak, green beans, coleslaw and chateau, and then for dessert I had a salted caramel and honeycomb cheesecake. Delightful, all works within my calories and macros, but going back to the increased weigh-in, it will probably mean that if I weigh tomorrow, which I'm due to, that my weight is going to be slightly up. Anytime you have increased salt or increased carbs, it does affect your weight because of your water retention, but that doesn't mean you've gained fat. Assuming you've done all the right things in the week, wait about 48 hours after you've had a cheat meal or cheat day, and your weight should be more representative of what it should have been before the cheat meal. Training wise, I did 5 sessions this week. One was with Rebecca, I did a leg day. I'll show you that video now. and they were my steps for the week. So it was a pretty active week. So yeah, all in a decent week, weight slightly up, but I'm confident it will be down by next week because I'm doing all the other things right. If you want more details on coaching, click the link in the description below for more information on that. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like it if you did. Subscribe to my channel to follow me on this journey, and I'll see you again soon.